The crybaby president of the United States, Donald Trump, is in his feelings because Canada got the upper hand on him. And I have personal experience of this because when I worked at the Lincoln Project, the turning point in that organization was when Donald Trump freaked out because we released an ad that channeled Ronald Reagan and the things he said called Morning in America, talking about how there was mourning in America, Mourning, because of the devastation and death that Donald Trump has caused. Canada did one better and used Ronald Reagan's own words to go against what Trump is doing. I have that coming up for you. And the reason why Donald Trump is attacking here is because he knows that what Canada did really does hurt, and it makes a lot of sense. So here is, first off, Marjorie Taylor Greene, too, who is really, this is the thing that's happening here now, is that folks are understanding that Donald Trump is weak, he is injured, he is not leading the way he said he would, and so there's an opening. Marjorie Taylor Greene, I can't believe this, she is making sense. I don't trust her, but she's making sense, and the reason why she's making sense is because she's saying the things that Donald Trump has traditionally said to the base, only she's not afraid to say it. Other Republicans are doing what they can to make Donald Trump happy. And the thing that's giving me hope is that Marjorie Taylor Greene is saying there's going to be life after Trump. And when Trump is no longer in power, I want to pick up the pieces. It's smart. It's scary because then we're looking at Marjorie Taylor Greene with a lot of power. But for now, she's saying the things that we all know to be true. And here's one about Argentina.
Let's take, for example, this $40 billion bailout for Argentina. That's probably one of the grossest things I've ever seen. And I have no idea who is telling our great president, our America First president, that this is a good idea. Because it's a punch in the gut to all of our American cattle ranchers, and they are furious, and rightfully so. And at the same time, I can't think of another country that's further away from the United States of America than Argentina. It's literally at the bottom of South America in the Southern Hemisphere, and we're all the way up here at the top. I don't know how that's America first.
It's not America first. But, I mean, the thing is we all know Donald Trump is Donald Trump first. America First is a great slogan. It's one Donald Trump has never believed in, ever. In fact, it's even shows itself in the fact that he tried to overthrow an election instead of just saying the other guy won. It's not America First to try to overthrow an election. Regardless, this $40 billion bailout from Argentina, I hope the Democrats are being smart because these things are obviously openings. The fact that he is using the government to take over parts of Intel, they don't like that. People on the right, the Epstein stuff, they don't like it. These are openings. I'm hoping we can exploit them because Marjorie Taylor Greene is showing us that there is a divide between what the base wants and what Donald Trump is doing, okay? Now, part of what that is too is that Donald Trump is putting tariffs on countries just with no reason, just doing it because he can. But Canada fought back. Now, this is a couple days old, and I guess because I was traveling, I missed it. But perhaps you haven't seen it either. And so I wanted to play this for you right now. It's very, very, very effective. It uses Ronald Reagan's own words against Trump. And then I have Trump's response to this from last night, where he makes this really stupid accusation. And I have the proof against that. But first, let us watch this ad, shall we?
When someone says, let's impose tariffs on foreign imports, it looks like they're doing the patriotic thing by protecting American products and jobs. And sometimes for a short while it works, but only for a short time. But over the long run, such trade barriers hurt every American worker and consumer. High tariffs inevitably lead to retaliation by foreign countries and the triggering of fierce trade wars. Then the worst happens. Markets shrink and collapse, businesses and industries shut down, and millions of people lose their jobs. Throughout the world, there's a growing realization that the way to prosperity for all nations is rejecting protectionist legislation and promoting fair and free competition. America's jobs and growth are at stake.
Oh, wow. Okay, I can see why he was upset by that. Now, Here's what Donald Trump said in response to this. He did 2 temper tantrums. Here's the first one. I'm just going to play a bit of it, which was on Air Force One. It's audio only.
What's your view on what Canada needs to do to get things back on track?
Canada lied. I mean, what they did was terrible. They made up a fake statement by President Reagan. Reagan was a big supporter of tariffs when needed, and we need tariffs for national security, and they totally turned it around because they're getting hurt by tariffs and we're gaining by tariffs.
We're not gaining, we're hurting. He also goes on to say they're taking a lot of money out of our country. Now we're taking it all back. And so they went on the way and made a fake commercial. The Reagan Foundation went crazy when they saw it because it was, the opposite. All right, I have, as I said, evidence that points to that just being false. But President Crybaby this morning decided from his tower of lies to say that Canada was caught red-handed, putting up a fraudulent advertisement on Ronald Reagan's speech on tariffs. The Reagan Foundation said that they, quote, created an ad campaign using selective audio and video of President Ronald Reagan. The ad represents the presidential radio address and did not seek nor receive permission to use and edit the remarks. They don't have to. It's public. It's in the public sphere, so that you can't copyright a president of the United States. So they don't have to ask for permission. It's there, and they all went on to say, or Trump wanted to say, this whole purpose of this fraud was Canada's hope that the United States Supreme Court will come to their rescue. That's because on November 5th, the Supreme Court is going to decide whether or not what Donald Trump is doing with the tariffs is legal. I think we're heading towards a big disaster because I think they're actually going to say it's not, that these aren't emergencies, that the Canada putting out an ad saying tariffs are bad for everyone, and then Trump, as it says here, retaliating, saying Canada, I am increasing the tariff in Canada by 10% over and above what they're paying now. Thank you for your attention to this matter. I think the Supreme Court's going to say on November 5th that this is illegal. That is my hope. You're probably thinking, Keith, I wouldn't put much hope into the Supreme Court. Well, it's all we got, really. It's all we got. By the way, the government's still shut down. Now here's President Crybaby.
I don't know. They cheated on a commercial. Ronald Reagan loved tariffs, and they said he didn't. And I guess it was AI or something. They cheated badly. Canada got caught cheating on a commercial. Can you believe it? Yeah.
Nope, they weren't caught cheating. So the New York Times actually did a side-by-side. I'm not going to show all of this, but just to show that what Canada played is what Ronald Reagan said.
My fellow Americans, Prime Minister Nakasone of Japan will be visiting me here at the White House next week. It's an important visit because while I expect to take up our relations Prime Minister Nakasone of Japan will be visiting me here at the White House next week. It's an important visit because while I expect to take up our relations When someone says, let's impose tariffs on foreign imports, it looks like they're doing the patriotic thing by protecting American products and jobs. And sometimes for a short while it works, but only for a short time.
All right, so there you go. He said it. There's the video. There's the image. It matches. Okay, they might have rearranged how he said it, but that, I think, there's nothing wrong with that. He got caught. Bitch, he got caught. And I just want to say here, and with this, is that Canadians are reacting to all this with anger and have rallied around the flag in a rare burst of patriotism. But the Canadian economy has been suffering the consequences of this dispute. Ontario, in particular, has much at stake in trade relations with the United States. And its premier on Friday posted the entire Reagan address online. So Donald Trump is creating chaos as per usual and for no reason whatsoever. And I'm glad his bitch ass got slapped for a moment and it hurt. Bye.